Well, it doesn't seem to ever fail, so we're back at it again. Florida. It seems like there's always something going on in Florida. So he got away with murder. Victim's family does not believe that stand your ground claim is justified. Now, this is the same law, for those of you to kind of jog the memory, that they use in the Trayvon Martin case, that basically helped Zimmerman to walk free as we speak. And so this is in national news, and this is coming from raw.com, a national news thing. So it's all over everywhere by now. So this is the headline of what it reads. And so it was posted, and it's by Sarah Hollenbeck. So this is out in Clearwater, Florida. Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Galkatira Katiri won't press charges. Okay, so he won't press charges against the man who shot and killed a father at a stand your ground law, which is very questionable. So my which brings my title is Stand Your Ground Law. Is it a law to murder Black people and protect the races? So Michael Drechka told deputies he was in fear for his life, and that's why he pulled the trigger, shooting Marquise McLaughlin. McLaughlin's girlfriend, who along with her 5-year-old son witnessed the shooting, says she was furious. Brittany Jacobs says that she feels like the man who shot her boyfriend and the father of her 3 children got away with murder, she uttered. How is the stand your ground law? How is this a stand your ground law? How is it justified? It's not. Marquise pushed him. Okay. How does that justify a bullet? And so Jacobs questioned. So Jacobs was the first person Michael Drechka confronted after she parked in a handicapped parking spot outside the Circle. It's what it's called, a Circle A food store. It's a convenience store in Clearwater on Thursday, and he started yelling at me, Jacobs recalled. Surveillance video caught this footage. Okay, so from the store, it shows McLaughlin leaving the store to defend a girlfriend, which was a justified thing. It was rightfully so. He felt his girlfriend was threatened, but he didn't use a gun. So moments later, he shoved Drechka out the way, and he shoved him hard to the ground. But he didn't punch him. He didn't kick him. He didn't shoot him. He just pushed him away from the girlfriend. So Drechka then he pulls out his gun and shoots Glockton square in the chest. So McLaughlin's 5-year-old son witnessed the shooting. And so my son saw the whole thing, and I'm hurting. My kids are hurting, and I've been asking they've been asking me, where's their dad? My 5-year-old saw it all. This is not right. This case cannot be thrown out, Jacobs said while sobbing. So that's the girlfriend. So she's saying that her 5-year-old son, witnessed the father being gunned down in broad daylight, all because he was defending his mother from being, verbally attacked by this man who clearly people have came forward and said that he has an issue with people of color. So Bob Galtieri, the Pinellas County Sheriff, insists that he has to follow stand your ground law, which dictates that if a person feels threatened, they have the right to shoot. Well, and the boyfriend, he felt like he was threatening his girlfriend, but he didn't shoot him. But this Dretchka guy, he's doing all the harassing, so he pushes him. He merely goes back into the store to I guess be with his 5-year-old son to get him that candy bar. And then this guy, before he can even turn around good, he shoots him square in the chest. He murders him in broad daylight in front of his girlfriend and the kids. So it doesn't make much sense to me, but he told the deputies that he had to shoot to defend himself. So those are the facts, and that's the law. Galtieri explained. So I'm supposing Galtieri is he's the Pinellas County Sheriff. He insists that he had to follow the stand your ground law, which dictates that if a person feels threatened, they have the right to shoot. So what if the black guy had a gun and he decided to go out there because he saw his girlfriend being harassed? He decided to shoot him. What would he have got? That's my question. I'm just, throwing it out there. So a sign posted outside Dretchka's home Friday said, "No comment," in bold letters, because he knows a lot of people are upset with him because he killed a father in front of his son. So he had a permit to carry a weapon. It was a concealed carry permit. And so he had the right to carry it in that state. He had the right to carry the weapon. But, there were other people that said that they had run-ins with this guy previously. Other people of color said that they've had similar experiences where he's hurled verbal racial slurs at them. So it's now up to the state attorney's office to investigate this much further. So McLaughlin's family tells ABC Action News they plan to hire their own criminal attorney to look into the case. So the Jacobs, which is the mother, she says, "This is not right. I need justice," said while choking back the tears. So there's been several videotapings showing the releasing of what had happened. And so I just thought I would do this article because I saw it on multiple times. And I thought it wasn't fair. What gives you the right to, the man, he clearly, you can see he didn't want to kill anybody. So he just pushed him to prove the point, leave my girlfriend alone. But what gives him the right to feel like, that he's going to do anything else? If he had just left, but no, he had to be, this vigilante and pull out a gun and shoot the guy in the chest. Well, how does pushing versus a gun make it right? I don't get that. I can see if he had came at him with a knife, or he also had a gun, and then he felt like he needed to pull out his gun and shoot first. But this wasn't that type of situation. This was a situation where he was harassing the woman in the car because he simply didn't want her parking in the handicapped spot. And it was really petty. That's my opinion. Okay, I'm just giving my opinion. I just thought it was really petty. I would have walked away from the situation, I mean, is his name on there on the parking space? I don't know. But they said that he's had other run-ins with people of color, and it was the same thing. And the only thing is he didn't shoot them because they didn't stick around long enough for him to do. But he had threatened to shoot one guy prior to this incident. Said that he actually called the guy's job and threatened that he was going to shoot him. So he's been gunning for black folks. He wants to shoot them. And he shot one. And the law is on his side. In Florida, apparently. That's the same screwed up law that supported Zimmerman. And that's why he's out running around. So what are your thoughts, your comments on this situation? This article is also in the Yahoo. And so it actually, I believe, it shows where you can see the boyfriend is standing up. The girlfriend, she's in the car, and you see her extending her hand, probably telling him, just leave. And you see the guy on the ground when he had pushed him, and he pulls out his gun and shoots him in the chest. And so there is, which is Michael Drechka. So Marquise Glockton was 28 years old and Michael Drechka is 47. And so the Stand Your Ground law prevents the arrest of a man who fatally shot another man last week during an argument over a handicap spot. It's not worth it, y'all. Just walk away. If people are that crazy, walk away. It's not worth losing your life over these insane people who don't have no scruples whatsoever, and all they're doing is out to be race soldiers and try to murder black people. They want an excuse to use the law to do their evil bidding. So that's my opinion on the situation now. I don't see where the guy is coming at him. He's basically confronting him, trying to defend his girlfriend, telling him back away from my girlfriend, which is rightfully so. You know, see, they like it when we're not defending one another and helping each other and protecting the women. They like to see people online bashing their own women. But when you stand up for your rights, they don't like that either. So this is what you get here. And so what I probably would have done is I would have took my kids, got in the car, and I would have drove off and left, and I would have reported the dude. But they were in the heat of the moment, and this is what happened. And it's a sad situation right here. And so what are your thoughts and your comments on this? You can actually see where they actually show the video. I'm sure it's up around on YouTube. Well, it's just a sad story. And lately, there's been a lot of things that have been going on, you know, where there's been an uptick in violence. And I think a lot of it is initiated because of the climate of the atmosphere, how people are feeling. They feel this fear and this distrust. There's a lot going on having to do with politics. And so it's got people really unhinged. What are your thoughts and your comments on this? This is a really sad story here. It's another tragedy, once again, in Florida. And right now, as we speak, people are protesting about this. It doesn't sit well with the general population on these laws here. They find it to be unjust for certain people and protecting others. Thoughts, comment, feedback. Thanks for listening.